someday. I'm going back home someday. Not sure when or how long I'll stay. Going back home someday.
Hello everyone, Colorado Biker Prepper here again. And today I'm going to go over my medium bag or my get-home bag. And I've got several different types. This is the one that I carry with me most often, especially when I'm traveling across the country. It has to be fairly small and compact, enough for me to carry along with everybody else's luggage, so I don't want to have anything too huge like my my inch bag, my largest one. So this is kind of a mid-range, middle of the road size bag, and this one is designed or put together in the thought that this is how I'm going to get home. And I travel for a living. I regularly go from the east side of the country to the west side of the country about 7, 8, 9 times a year on a motorcycle. But I have a support vehicle that follows me, and this stays in the support vehicle. So if things ever were to get bad, this is something that I would want to have with me in case I don't have transportation of my own to get home. So this would give me what I need to get home, thousands of miles. Now, I don't have everything in the bag. I would love to, believe me, but I can't afford the space. So a lot of the things I will pick up along the way. I'll scavenge for whatever I can find. So first of all, let's go over the bag. This one actually I got, yes, I know, I went there. I went to Walmart. I got the SOG bag. It's decent. It was cheap. It was inexpensive. It's effective. It works. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on something, particularly if you're not going to use it on a regular basis. If you're going to use it on a regular basis, then it might make more sense to spend more money on it. But this is just a backup kit. This is enough to get me home. This is enough for temporary, just enough to get me back to my house where all of my supplies are. So let's go over it. I'll start overing what I have inside, and I'll explain my reasoning for it. Actually, first let's start by going through the exterior of the bag. First of all, I just have some carabiner clips, things like that, way to attach stuff to the bag, things that I scavenge, things I find, etc. That's just, you know, being able to use them to set up a shelter, something like that. Those are important, so I have those. Then on the side, I have, of course, a water bottle. You know, regular old cheap water bottle. I think I got this one for $2. No, I got this one for $1. Got it for $1 at a thrift store. So, and it was still in the package. It was brand new. It's actually seen quite a bit of use. So there's there's that. Got to have a way to carry water, you know. Next thing is my cold steel kukri machete. I like this. It's compact. It's also extremely effective. You'd be surprised what you could hack through with one of these things. These are incredibly effective if you know how to use them. So very good. I got this one on clearance at Cabela's. They stopped carrying them. This is the cold steel. So they make good products. They make decent products. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. It's not that cheap ass Harbor Freight stuff. So this one. These are good. I've used these a lot, and these are really, really good. I love them, and they're inexpensive. I got this one, I believe, for $10 because it was on clearance. They were going to stop carrying them, so I went to the bargain cave in the Cabela's and got them there, and it was inexpensive. It was not expensive at all. So that's what I got for that. And that works as both a tool and as a self-defense weapon. So then, of course, I have a GSI cup for a way to boil water, etc. Boil water, cook food, what have you. So, I keep messing it up. Anyway, there we go. But these are really good. They're compact, they're lightweight, stainless steel, works wonderful, fits in the bottom. Real simple, okay? So that's it for this side. On the other side, we have the SOG Tomahawk, and I love these things. I've got this thing clipped on here good, but you've probably seen these. These are on. This was also on sale at Walmart. Yeah, I know I hate Walmart, but they're, you know, I'm on a budget, so they're decent. They're good. They're not the best, once again, but they're functional. And this is also a tool as well as self-defense weaponry. So, and that stays on the bag because I have this clipped onto it. And I just have a couple of little, these are old chest straps that I had for pectoral straps that I had off of a couple old camelbacks. So I use those to hold it on. It holds it on good enough. So I can tighten it up a little bit more, but anyway. And then on the back here I got a carabiner, and then I have one of these. This is a cooling bandana. It's actually a tube. You soak it in water and it swells up. This whole tube fills up with water. It's got a gel inside of it that swells up to about 20 times its volume. Each little crystal fills up. It fills up completely. This is great for keeping you cool, and a lot of time I am in the desert. So having something like this can be a huge benefit in the desert. Almost a lifesaver, really. This can really save your butt. So these are really good. I use these when I'm riding through the desert all the time. They're comfortable. They make it a lot more comfortable. You put them around your neck, and it basically works off the premise of evaporative cooling. And they do keep you quite cool. You'd be surprised how effective they really are. So that's the exterior of the bag. Now let's move on to the interior of the bag. And the front pouch here, we'll just go ahead and open it up. And I'm just going to unpack. I'll repack it later. Paracord. Lots of paracord. Always got paracord. I got a 5-hour energy. And then I also have the Sawyer water filter. And these things are great. Gives me a way to carry water. Love them. These things are really good. And that gives me, what, 1.5 liters, almost 2 liters? And that's pretty good. So, Lysol to go. Use that, fire starting, etc. I got a good flashlight right here. These are wonderful. This is actually made by Victorinox, the makers of Swiss Army. It's a LED. It's extremely bright. It's really good. Very good on batteries too. So you put a good set of batteries in there, it'll last you a while. I got some Altoids cinnamon mints. These are nice. I like these. They're just for the heck of it because I like them. So, and then down in here we have tea bags. And I love tea. I love tea. I love coffee. The tea bags are there. If you have ever gone without caffeine when you're used to it, it's uncomfortable, man. It's an addictive substance. It really is. It is a very addictive substance. So I recognize my addictions. So tea bags, but it's also nice for water and have some hot to drink, etc. So tea bags. Next, I just have a pen and a Sharpie for writing. I have a knife. Other than my everyday carry, this is just cheap, made in China, but it's a tool. It's utilitarian. So I have that. Don't have a lot else in here. I do have one of these. This is like a bandana, but it's not. It's actually a piece of tube. It's kind of like Lycra spandex. It's stretchy, and you can use these about 20 different ways to turn it into a scarf, into a mask. You can pull it up over your nose and mouth and get rid of dust or pollution or anything you need. These are really good. I got this for free. I try not to spend a lot of money on stuff, so I'm on a budget. So, almost forgotten the bottom. More tea bags, some sugar, a couple coffee packs in there too. Just more, more stuff, more comfort stuff. Then inside here we have, this is hot cocoa, joint health, vitamin C packets, more tea, etc. I'm a caffeine junkie. Then I have my mainstay emergency bar, and this is just for snacking. This is, I know these aren't the best. They're not, they're good. They're not great. They're not really for hiking or walking for long distances for long times, but I like them. They taste like a vanilla, or they taste like a lemon shortbread cookie, and they give you some extra calories. So these are good. I like them. They're cheap. I buy these in bulk. So I might as well have one of those in there. So I do have some food. Actually, I have 2 of them in there. So actually I can just put this back because that's the only thing in there. So I'll put that back in too. Alright. So that's just the front pouch. And that's what that has. Now remember, I will have my everyday carry stuff with me as well. So I will have that. It has a top pouch up here on the top. This one, it has, yay, good old salmon eggs. Salmon eggs. fishing line, 2 different types. I got 8 and 12 pound. And then also some antacid. Nothing worse than having heartburn and there's no way to deal with it. So that's a good little thing to have. And the reason I have that is because you're not going to be eating your regular foodstuffs. You're going to be eating something different, something that your body is not used to, which can cause indigestion, heartburn, all the other problems. So that's up in there. So now we'll move into the main compartment up here on the top. And I do have quite a bit of stuff in here. I got it packed in here pretty good. So, all right, let's go. This is a really big, this is really good rain suit. Kind of a rain not a poncho, but it's an actual rain suit. Got it for free. Somebody on one of my motorcycle tours, after the tour, they didn't want to pack it home, take it all the way back to Europe with them, so they gave it to me. It's actually really good quality, and it packs into its own little pouch, which also has a waist pouch, or acts as a waist pouch, basically. So, and that goes around your waist. So rain gear, very important. And then also, this little pack of wet ones, beef jerky. And this is not your typical beef jerky. Once again, this is dried beef. Basically, there's not a whole lot on it. Beef, salt, black pepper, granulated garlic, and soy lecithin. So, but this stuff is incredibly dry, but it lasts forever. I've had packets of this that are 5-6 years old, and they were still good when I opened them up. So, really good stuff. I get these in New Mexico. Address is up there at the top, so they're in Albuquerque, but there's other types too. The commercial stuff that you get, like Jack Links and all that, the moisture content in it is way too high. It'll start to rot. I'm not kidding. Long term, it just rots. This stuff is good for years because it has almost no moisture in it at all. The more moisture you have, then the more chance that you'll have that it'll rot. You'll get fungus in it, and also give something for the bacteria to feed on. So really good stuff. So I got a couple packs of those, a couple different flavors. Like I really love this butter mesquite. This stuff is great. However, it is limited. I mean, it'll go for 5 years, maybe 6. What I like doing with this too is just crumbling it up and throwing it in with whatever I'm cooking. It rehydrates it, makes it, gives you actually chunks of beef, which is nice. A good protein source too, and it's incredibly lightweight. This is a lot more lightweight than carrying a canned good. A lot more protein in here than a can of Spam, I'll tell you that. Okay. Next, we're gonna dig in here. This is my Asian 7-grain blend. Takes me about 1 cup of this. This is about 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 days of high calorie, high protein, good nutritious food. Okay, I've even got some cooking instructions on there. Okay, so this stuff is really good. It's got a whole bunch of grains. I'll show you guys that later. So, but I got good amount of food. Okay, then I also have fishing reel, and once again got this on clearance at Cabela's. I paid like $8 or $9 for this and the collapsible pole. Let's see what else we have. Just a regular cloth, kind of like dish towel size, something for that. Then let's go in here a little bit more. In the back pouch, I got some zip ties. Always need zip ties. And then inside the bag itself, I'm not going to take it out, but I have a Camel Black bladder, and that's in there. And then of course I have my collapsible fishing pole right in there. So that's really, really handy to have, really good, except when you're in the desert and you ain't gonna do it, but there's always rivers, so you can always find a place to fish. Next, I'm gonna go over this in a minute. Next we have even more food, and this is just white rice, plain old white sushi rice. In there I have some more of those mainstay rations. These are to supplement my diet. They are not my diet. That's why I have the rice. That's why I have the bean blend. Okay, these are just an addition. This is just something to add to my caloric intake. And then of course in the bottom I have a towel. Do you know where your towel is? Very important. So many uses for towels. That's why I carry 2. They're lightweight, but they add extra insulation. You can use them as a blanket. You can use them for, there's so many uses for them, I can't list them all here. So like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy said, the most massively thing any interstellar hitchhiker can carry, or hitchhiker in general, is a towel. So I have a couple of them, and they are useful. I've used them for all sorts of things, so they are great. In here, this is kind of the sanitation. Got a toothbrush, razor. I have toothpaste, soap. Got a little bath bar. I have one of these Purell sanitizing wipes. Can also be used as a fire starter. Little sewing kit, mending kit. These are great. Got that. It's got needle, thread, buttons, what I need. Lightweight small comb. And then shampoo. And this is actually a really good one. I got shampoo. And then I got two containers of shampoo. It's a good source of soap. And then I have an iodine tincture. This is medical, but this is on the top also because this can be used to purify water. One drop in a large canister even takes care of viruses and all the spores, everything in the water. This is nasty. Doesn't taste good. Doesn't taste good at all, but it is effective. It's very effective. Those vitamin C packets, put this in the water first, then add one of those vitamin C packets, and that pretty much covers up the flavor of the iodine and makes it drinkable, makes it to where you want to drink it instead of just going, ew, it tastes like iodine. But this is water purification as well as sanitation, wound care, all the other fun stuff. So that goes in there as well. And then we move further into the bag. Further into the bag here, we have, this is kind of a medical pouch. I have triple antibiotic. And then I have packages of bandages and gloves. I got the really thick, super heavy duty nitrile gloves. I've got those Sani-Cloths again, the bleach wipes. I've got some sanitary napkins for serious bleeding. I also have in here some alcohol prep pads, some iodine prep pads. Those are right here. I got them facing the wrong way. Roll gauze, ammonia inhalant, small bandages, just different bandages, different sizes, gauze pads, and the vet wrap. So just first aid kit. So anything from nicks and cuts and scrapes all the way up to serious wound. So and it fits in one quart Ziploc bag. So then we move further into the pouch. And then we have medications. This is loperamide, Imodium AD. We have some aspirin, just plain old aspirin. Same thing, more aspirin. Some cold and flu medication, and some tape, and that's it for that. So that's what I have in there. Okay, and then we have this, and these are kind of like my little these are kind of like my bottles, my survival bottles. A little bit different because they're in the watertight, waterproof case, so it doesn't get messed up. And in something like this, and I make all of these about the same, really, not a whole lot of difference. Fire steel. Then we got a couple just extra bags, trash bag. And then we have medications, and that's got diphenhydramine or Benadryl, Imodium AD, aspirin, Tylenol, naproxen sodium, just all the different over-the-counter medications. And some of these are really important, especially the Benadryl. And the Benadryl is really important, as well as not just the Benadryl, but the loperamide too, because that can really help take care of diarrhea, anything like that, especially if you got a dodgy water source. Those will help. So a couple little rolls, not little actually, these are pretty big. These are little wooden spools, and each on one of these I have, I think it's 14 and 18 pound fishing line. And then I put electrical tape around them to hold the fishing line on and to have a source of electrical tape. So that's electrical tape and fishing line on those, and that's still lightweight. Pop brush, toothbrush, got some toothpaste in here, put the handle on it, you push, it squeezes the toothpaste into the brush. So I got 2 toothbrushes. So if I need to use one to get grit and gravel out of a wound or something, I have that. Okay, so there you go. Lighter, of course. And then this is a fishing kit. Let's see if I can open it up for you here. And this is one of those tiny Altoid tins. Once again, I have lures, several lures. I think I have 4 or 5 lures in here, weights and hooks. And not just your regular hooks, I also have like treble hooks, the triple hooks. Those work really good. But this is really important for that fishing kit. So, but that will make your life a whole lot easier. And look how small that is. That's 4, I think it's 4 or 5 lures, a bunch of weights, and about 30 or 40 hooks, all in this tiny little tin. That's all you need right there. Okay? Matches, more matches. Here's that vitamin C stuff I told you about to mix with the water, and that's good. And also vitamin C also helps boost your immune system. So, and I like these. These taste really good. They're sweet. It helps the water taste better. So I have 3 tea light candles just right here, but I just taped them together. Just keep them together. And then I have another small medical kit. I'm not going to get this one out because it's double wrapped in gloves, but that's to waterproof it. This is same thing, just more bandages. This has smaller ones in it basically. And then we also have one of these emergency blankets. You know, what the heck, why not? They don't weigh much and they actually kind of work pretty good. And then here I got a giant bundle of paracord. This is about 100 feet of paracord right there. So bundled up nice and tight. And then of course, last but not least, yes, another one. 2,400 calories here. Actually, in total, I have 7,200 calories of emergency food rations. That's actually 3 days worth of food. One of these would be 1 day of food for a person my size, with very moderate to minimal exertion. So if I'm walking at a slow pace and everything, I could get by for 3 days on that stuff. So, but it's a big pile of junk. Yeah, I know, big pile of stuff. But this is what I have to carry with me. Now there are other things that I'd like to carry with me, but I just don't have the room to be able to drag them all the way across the country. But this covers the basics. This covers the basics. And remember, when I'm traveling with this, I also have my full-size suitcase in the support vehicle, which has extra clothing. I've got rain gear. I've got an extra pair of boots because I have my biker boots. And then I also have my after riding boots, which are basically good-sized hiking boots. You know, decent hiking boots, real comfortable. Lets a little more air through than my biker boots, so it's something I can actually walk in. So I have those. I also carry my 45 in the support vehicle, my 45 ACP. That stays in the support vehicle because I do take people shooting. When we go to New Mexico, there's a gun range there I like to go to. So we go shooting in New Mexico. So I have my 45 ACP with me, usually at least 100 rounds, if not more, because I buy it on the way. Different stops where I know ammo is cheap and where they have it. So I've got that. I have my tool bag for working on motorcycles, so I've got a ton of tools. So I could take a few tools out of there, maybe a pair of vice grips, a multi-screwdriver that has 8 different bits, you know, things like that I could take with me. So I don't have just this with me. This is what I have as a basic kit, and then anything else I could scavenge out of the vehicle, out of our support vehicle, I'd take with me. So there'd be a lot more now. And of course we have coolers with bottled water, soda, even some snacks, some fresh fruit, stuff like that I could carry with me. You know, I could pack it up. I could definitely pack it up. But this would actually take care of the survival stuff. The other stuff would be addition to this. I could probably get along pretty good with just this. So that would be good. Oh, I took it out yesterday. I forgot to put it back in. I've got a 5x7 tarp that I usually have in here. I need to put it back in. I had to repack it. So I had to use it to cover up the hood of my car real quick for other reasons. Anyway, but I have everything in here for a reason. Pretty simple, and I try and keep it organized. I'm going to go through and organize it a little bit again. but this is basically what I carry. So this is the medium bag. This is the medium get-home bag. And then I'll be going over my everyday carry bag for when I'm around home, when I'm around town, something that I carry around with me. You know, I just throw it in the car. This one also, when I'm home, this bag also lives in my car. It's hidden in my car, where if I have to get home, I have everything I need to sustain me for at least 3 days to about a week, especially with all the food. I mean, this makes quite a bit of food. You'd be surprised. So I have everything I need for me to get home in this bag. So this is a basic get-home bag. One thing I do want to remind people of is get some rain gear, okay? Don't leave out the rain gear. That's important. There's nothing worse or more dangerous than exposure to the elements, particularly being wet. If you're wet, you're cold. If you're cold, you go hypothermic, and you pretty much die of exposure. But if you have a way to stay dry, then you will be much more comfortable. You're able to retain your body heat. You'll be much, much happier. So anyway, that's about it. If anybody has any questions, comments, anything that you want to add, whatever, please make a comment down below, down there. Make a comment, okay? Click that like button over there too, and the subscribe one too. Come on, I need subscribers. Well, not really, but it's nice to know that people actually are paying attention. Anyway, that's about it, and until next time, I'll see you later.